All right, so we're moving on, and we're going to talk about another damn problem in the world, and that's it. Might be time to start buying emergency food, or get an emergency feed yourself plan in place because yeah, I had the right hand. Global food prices are skyrocketing, and I mean over the world, prices are shooting up quicker than actual raise and pay raises and stuff, and that's because of all the inflation, printing the money and stuff for shutting down the economy and printing all this money to bail it out because it's a damn mistake. But let's get into this article. This one is from CNN. Again, you can take it from a grain of salt because it's CNN, and they're going to frame it the way they want to frame it. But the overall trend of food prices growing worldwide, that's really fucking happening. Everything at the grocery store is getting more expensive. Yes, it is. Grocery prices have skyrocketed during the coronavirus pandemic that has Americans spending more at the supermarket than they have in years. Prices are spiking, and not just because people are buying more groceries as they spend more time at home. The pandemic has had a strong impact on grocery prices this year, according to seasonally adjusted data released Friday by the Bureau of Economic Analysis. The BEA tracks personal consumption expenditures to help measure inflation. From February to June, meat and poultry prices rose nearly 11%, with beef and veal prices seeing the highest rise, spiking 20%. For pork, the increase was about 8.5%. People are paying more for our staples, too. During the same time period, egg prices shot up 10%, and shoppers shelled out 4% more for cereals and fresh vegetables. So that is ridiculous. Like, it's becoming harder to eat. Our purchasing power is decreasing because the shutdown seen the largest transfer of wealth from the impoverished and the lower middle class and poor to the fucking rich, elite, wealthy in the history of fucking humanity. And you're all worried about fucking... It's time. We have to tear down our government. It's time for a new Declaration of Independence. The federal government needs to be altered or abolished, and I'm for abolish. It's time for succession. It's time for states to do their own thing. It's time for us to kick them completely the fuck out of our life, because this is insane. And this didn't need to happen. We're going from the greatest economy in American history, like the best economy we've had throughout American history, to this fucking bullshit because of the fucking stupid ass democratic lockdowns from the democratic pieces of shit. The pandemic has caused a surge in demand for groceries as millions of Americans stay home and avoid eating out. While there's no significant shortage of food, disruption in the supply chain has created scarcities and driven up prices. This is fucking ridiculous. The meat supply chain has been hit particularly hard. Major meat processors closed their doors when workers fell ill and have slowed operations to accommodate new safety practices, tightening the country's supply. Things aren't back to normal yet. And most of our food is in California, and I told you that, like, no new normal in California. During a recent call with analysts discussing third quarter financial results, Tyson CEO Noel Welch said that some of the company's facilities continue to operate at decreased production levels. The higher expenditures come at a time when Americans are struggling financially. Yeah, this is fucking ridiculous. On Thursday, the Department of Labor will release data that is expected to show another 1.4 million workers filed for the first time unemployment benefits last week, which was similar to the prior week's statistics. Meanwhile, unemployment Americans are losing a financial lifeline as the government's weekly $600 boost to regular jobless benefits ran out on July 31st. Food insecurity is a growing problem. Nearly 3 million out of 240 million respondents told the U.S. Census Bureau they did not have enough to eat at some point in the week before July 21st, the highest number of people reporting insufficient food since the census started tracking the data in early May. This is ridiculous. This is redonkulous. This was completely unnecessary. The Democratic Party mostly, and the Republicans that were with them, they deserve to be held accountable for this. It's time for them to be put in prison for this. They need trials. But I don't think that's going to happen. Look at the Derek Chauvin trial. They're already trying to get into the courthouse. They're already getting violent. Somebody got killed. There's a new autonomous zone, and they're making demands. You don't demand anything at a fucking trial, you fucking garbage pieces of shit. Even if you had a legitimate grievance, you do not demand at a fucking trial. That is fucking terrorism. What the fuck? You claim to be fighting for the right fucking things, but you don't even know what the ethical thing is. You don't even know ethics. You're a bunch of fucking useless idiots screaming around, creating fucking problems for no fucking reason. Nobody thinks any of this is a. And now you're gonna demand, and it's gonna cause a mistrial because you're gonna violate. It's not gonna be a fair trial, and he's gonna get off. He's gonna get off because of you. You are gonna allow him to get off. You want him to go to jail, and because of you, he's gonna get off. If you didn't do a goddamn thing and you let the trial happen, he may have gone to jail. He may not have, but he may have. But now he's not gonna. And now, if he does now, you're going to embolden everybody that supported him because they're not going to allow themselves to go to jail like that because it's fucking bullshit. And they have a right to the fair trial. And you shouldn't. You're talking about fucking violating rights, but you don't even understand what they are, or you wouldn't be doing this garbage. Guilty or innocent, and you should be innocent until proven guilty in this country. He has a right to a fair trial, and you fucking making demands on the government in reference to his trial is not a fair trial. It's just not. Go back to your fucking homes and let it fucking happen. I don't even know how you get a fair jury on this, which is another fucking problem, but that's neither here or there. That's You guys are making war inevitable. You're making it inevitable. It's not something that we want to do, trust me. It's just not. We should be focusing on China and other external threats. Like all of our focusing on this, China and Russia talk about putting a base on the moon. Russia said he could fucking drop rods from space. But you're worried about fucking whiteness that doesn't exist. Nobody thinks any of this is whiteness but you. Nobody has any of these nobody thinks any of these intersectional going on except you. And there are fucking gay, white, black, yellow, polka dotted trans people on my side. Only you idiots, you small minority of idiots, think any of this is fucking the way it is. And it just you need to shut the fuck up. I'm just saying.